welcome back
to
Sick.
See you
Next
Tuesday.
And it's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday, baby.
And what
Annabel,
is it? What?
No, take us there.
What is it the Tuesday after?
It's the Tuesday after probably the biggest weekend of our lives.
Most insane weekend we've ever had and anyone could ever have.
We went so hard this weekend.
I don't remember a thing. All a blur.
That's so depressing.
No, if I didn't remember a thing, I'd end my life.
No, right? Drugs ruin your life.
Stay clean, kids. Get off
if
the
you
bottle.
can't tell, video viewers, if you cannot tell from our shirts that we are in fact wearing
Guts tour merch.
Guts tour. And you know, some people probably don't even know what that means.
I was gonna say that's might be too niche for the incels.
Yes.
Because we went to Olivia Rodrigo's concert tour.
We saw Olivia Rodrigo
at Madison Square Garden, baby.
Garden. Wow.
It was insane. It was insane.
It was insane. It was an Olivia-filled weekend, actually.
It absolutely was. So, like, that was the main event, obviously. That was the grandstand, the pièce de résistance.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm just introducing you guys to French. That will come up later in the pod.
Yes, don't worry.
I'm just wetting your little palates.
We will be speaking fluent French for the last 45 minutes of the podcast.
Absolutely we will, because Clemmy taught me everything she knows. And
Yes, she
I'm now a
did.
fluent speaker.
However, I'm going to just take us through the weekend.
Yes, please do.
Friday.
Okay, Rebecca.
Right?
Okay,
is
Rebecca
it?
Black.
Was it Friday?
Friday.
I'm not sure.
Friday, 1:30 p.m.
1:30 p.m. We get in line in Chelsea.
Yeah, we do. Meatpacking
For
district.
The Guts bus experience.
Which sounds mysterious, sounds fun, sounds exclusive.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's fine. Look,
How long did we wait in line?
2.5 hours.
Too long.
I was going to
is what
say
I'd say.
3 hours, but last time I said that, you told me I was exaggerating. So I'm going to be blunt,
On the lower side.
upfront, honest.
Yeah.
It was 2.5.
Yeah, it was. It was long as hell. And
That's not that much shorter than Oppenheimer.
so we waited in line for that long. And then what do? We get on Olivia themed bus. Well, it was cool. It was aesthetic. There was a lot of photo ops.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I'll insert some photos for the video viewers. But, like, it was purple. It had her face all over it. There was a toilet, inexplicably. Lots of photo ops.
A great photo of Annabel in the toilet. Do not worry.
You can't keep Annabelle away from a toilet.
So
Whether
true.
or not anything comes out, who's to say? But she loves a toilet.
Vanessa knows.
Vanessa knows.
She'll say.
Absolutely.
But it was about a 2-minute experience on this bus. They
2.5
were in fact
hours for 2
rushing us
minutes.
to get off.
Yeah. They're like, get in, get out. You need to get your photo taken. I was like, thanks. Great. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess it was free.
And, you know, we did pull at the end a little flyer for like an after party past midnight that we did
Starting
not
at
go to.
11:59 p.m. on Saturday that we were theoretically thinking about going to. And then we said, she's not going to be there.
And we're tired.
And it's 11:59 p.m. and we're in our mid-20s.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over, baby.
So that was that. You know, they had
So that was
some,
our
like,
party weekend.
early access merch. They had like an iHeartRadio like trivia thing where
Yeah.
Annabelle got some free hand sanitizer.
Free hand sanitizer. Stay safe,
Woo!
baby. COVID-free 2024.
And there was like postcards that we got.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about them.
But other than that, that was literally it. And I will say it was not worth it.
No, it absolutely was not. But you know what? I think if we hadn't done it, we would have wondered our whole lives.
Yeah, we would have not known.
So I just want to put your mind at ease. If you didn't make it and are really regretting it and thinking you missed out, you didn't.
Don't worry.
Absolutely not.
Okay, coming on to that then, the next day we continued our Olivia tour of New York. And
Absolutely we did.
We went to crumble cookie to get the Olivia exclusive tour cookie.
You may have got an email about her coming to your city, and if you're really hanging out for it, we have to inform you right now. Don't
Don't
go. Don't spend money on it. Thank God Ben had some crumble coins.
Yes, I did. Crumble coins.
Is that what they're called?
I don't think so.
But like, so it was free. We were originally going to get one each, but settled.
Thank God.
For splitting.
So I'll describe what the cookie is. It's
Please do.
2 purple dyed sugar cookies.
Purple is generous.
Lavender colored?
I'm going to go with gray.
That were smushed together with like cream, and there was sprinkles around the cream. And then on the top cookie is a star cutout.
Yep.
That is
Filled
then
with what?
filled raspberry jam.
Yep.
Vile.
Disgusting. I mean, look, hearing that all together, already it sounds like too much.
A lot.
And it in
lot.
fact is. I think if you took away a lot of elements, perhaps it would be fine.
No, so true. Get rid of one. We don't need 2 cookies. First of all,
Why are there 2 cookies? Why are there 2?
For the cream, I
But
guess.
Why are there 2 cookies? Why are there 2 fillings?
That's the other thing is there's literally 2
Pick
fillings.
one.
There's
Do
the
it right.
raspberry jam and the cream.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just, I mean, as a
Overkill.
combination, also you'd think it would sound good, right?
No.
Sort of. You're just like, okay.
No, I can
you got-
understand how theoretically someone could, especially
Yeah.
because it's like strawberry or raspberry jam, so like a berry and cream situation.
Yeah, it's just so much and so sweet. The raspberry jam's gross.
I'm biased in that cream is one of my 3 least favorite foods.
Okay.
So that was a shocker. I thought it was going to be like icing, and the second I took a bite, I was like, oh my God.
The cream was bad though because
was
it left
terrible.
this disgusting film on my tongue.
Yeah.
And so, you know what? We had a really good 2 days of doing an Olivia New York tour. with
Absolutely.
waiting 2.5 hours in line and then eating a horrible cookie.
Literally vile cookie that we couldn't finish.
Which then took us to, you know, the night of nights.
Which, okay. There's not
Prom.
a pod that goes by that you don't reference High School Musical 3. But no, I think what it was, we just had to have like a string of bad experiences to really prep us for the magnitude of the concert. You know, you have
So
to go
true.
through some bad to get to some good. Life's a climb.
Yeah. The view's great.
The view's great. And the view was great once we got
It
to the
was.
top of that mountain.
I fought for these tickets.
You absolutely did. Tooth and nail.
And
Thank you, Emily.
Yes, thank you, Emily. Shout out. And entrance to the venue is easy breezy beautiful.
It's easy, breezy, beautiful if you have your tickets up on your phone, but if you're Annabel, you actually kind of forget that you need a ticket to get into the venue, and then you get
True.
to the turnstile and
Yep.
wait about 10 minutes to load it.
PSA, put it in your wallet.
I put it in my Apple Wallet the second I got inside the venue when it was no longer necessary, but definitely I would say at least do it outside the venue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the show was phenomenal.
Insane. Look,
Yes.
so I went to Sour at Radio City Musical.
Yes.
Loved it. Loved every second of it. This was such a step up.
Yeah, I mean, she's got the budget now, you know.
She's got
And
the
the
Madison Square
experience.
Garden. The experience, like she flew on a moon.
Yeah.
The
It was so
cinematography of
crazy.
the
Oh my God. The
like,
visuals.
thing was insane.
Absolutely beautiful.
Crazy.
Incredible.
So creative.
She sang every song off of Guts.
Every song from Guts.
And she sang
most
every
them
song
from
off of Sour except 2.
1 step forward, 3 steps back,
And Hope You're Okay.
and Hope You're Okay. Which
Which is
Hope You're
actually
Okay would be
one
such
of-
a. You finish your sentence.
I was going to say it's one of my favorite songs off of Sour.
I did know that, but I feel like it would be kind of a downer at the concert.
Okay, she
But also,
sang
yeah, a lot
Enough
as
for
well.
You.
I love Enough for You.
That's a downer.
I guess she has a few downers.
She has a lot of downers, but
Yeah.
like, yeah. So she's saying, okay, honestly, get rid of the Hunger Games song. Put Hope You're Okay in there.
Yeah, the Hunger Games song made the cut. Like, look, I have nothing against the Hunger Games song, but I also don't really have anything for the Hunger Games song. Olivia, I love
Yeah.
you. I love all of the stuff on your albums. We can leave the Hunger Games in the movie. We can
We
leave
don't
it there.
need it.
We don't need it at Madison Square Garden.
But we had it at Madison Square
But
Garden.
we had it. We also didn't have a special guest.
I was gonna say, I will say I want to die because Noah Khan did sing Stick Season with her the day before.
I did speak to a guy at my Spring Awakening rehearsal today who went on Friday night and did, in fact, see Noah Khan Stick Season
Don't
with
like
her.
him.
Nikki, enemy of
If
the
you're
pod.
listening, don't like you. But no, Annabelle and I are big Olivia fans.
Crazy for
Dates
us to
back.
have bought merch if we weren't. But no, yeah, we've been here for a while.
Yeah, it dates back. It dates, pre-sour, pre-driver's license.
I watched Bloody Bizarre.
I saw some Bizarre too.
Yeah.
Didn't say like I watched it for Olivia.
No.
I can't say I enjoyed watching it either. But
Absolutely not. It's terrible. I watched it for Jake Paul, but not as a fan, as a criticizer.
as a curious.
No, I'd seen a couple of episodes that I heard he was in it. I was like, what do you mean? And then I watched it and I was like, that's Jake Paul?
Yeah.
Have you seen Kids Table?
No. Oh wait, like the skit, like the
Kids Table.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's the highlight of Bizarre Vlog.
I was gonna say there's some moments. Bizarre Vark's good, but that's how I learned who Olivia was through Bizarre Vark.
Me too.
And
Not
then,
through the movie that we're reviewing today. That was a subsequent
and then
find.
We have High School Musical, the musical series, which is where truly
Incredible.
fell in love with her.
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
I remember watching that and thinking she's a star. Like she's gonna go.
Yeah. And you were right.
But
the fact that she's propelled so much is crazy. Like she's one of the
so
biggest
much more
pop
than
stars in the
I
world.
think anybody, even her, could ever imagine.
Exactly. And like that's the growth in not that long amount of time. She's only just 21 as well. Like that's insane.
And I truly think I've seen some hate for Olivia. I truly believe that all the hate and criticism comes from a place of jealousy because
jealousy.
I genuinely feel like she hasn't really done anything to garner it.
I totally agree. Yeah, she's not remotely problematic. She's incredibly talented.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
They don't like seeing women succeed.
I get that. I do hate women, but get off it.
She's incredible. And you know what? Even my family and my sister loves Olivia. And
I love that.
Actually, to this day, my sister dislikes Sabrina.
Really?
Because
she stands with
the
Olivia?
drama. She's like,
That's
I'm
so
on
funny.
Olivia's side.
That's so funny. Wait, were you an Olivia girly first or a Sabrina girly first?
Oh my god, it was Sabrina years before.
I
Olivia.
assumed. I mean, she's also been around for longer.
Yeah, I was a Sabrina fan.
Because she's so much older than Olivia, in Olivia's words.
I mean, I saw Sabrina in concert in 2016.
True.
Before Olivia even knew what a concert was.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, she was in this movie in 2015.
So, yes.
And she's a literal infant. That's actually, spoiler alert, my first note.
So, speaking of this movie, Annabelle and I took our nights and we decided to watch American Girl. Grace
Something
stirs
to
up
success.
Stirs up success.
Oh, I get it. It's a pun.
The way that we the way that we
Grace
didn't even know
climbs
it.
the ladder to France. I don't know.
Grace wants a bike.
Grace hates her mom.
Yes, but it's an American Girl movie from 2015, starring Olivia Rodrigo as the titular Grace.
The titular Grace
stirs up success,
and doesn't she so?
She so does.
Yeah. Are you an American girly?
No.
Okay.
I know you are.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
I won't lie to you. I'm not entirely positive about this. I think this is my first American Girl doll movie. However, I do believe as a kid I watched the Anna Sophia Robb one.
Okay, I watched the. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen that many.
Well, how many is there?
There can't be too many, but we didn't get them at all.
Australia was just cut off.
Australian Girl just didn't exist. There are no girls in Australia, actually. Women are banned.
Well, I mean, what would it be? Australian Girl?
Yeah, that's the thing. There is actually an Australian American Girl, which just does not compute to me.
Okay.
Last time I went, there was this girl holding a koala. But anyway, we don't have it. I discovered American Girl when I visited New York in 2005. changed my life. That's when I got Samantha.
It's understandable. I feel like they are like a staple of everyone's childhood here, you know?
And the American Girl store is just such an experience.
Yeah, I mean, I was never at the American Girl doll store as a child, so.
Yeah. It blew my, Me Too happened and it blew my world open.
Yeah.
It blew my
American
world
Girl
open.
doll store happened and it blew your world
my
open.
world open.
No, I was just going to say that, like, American Girl doll is, like, the thing growing up that if you didn't have one, you knew someone who did, and it was big. Like, the movies were big.
Yeah. Did Emily have one?
Yes. She had the actual Samantha.
Oh, so not my fake blonde
like
doppelganger.
the historical Samantha.
Okay.
I do remember ruining her hair because I think it
she was
comes
a
in
mom?
braids. And I think I took out the braid from the doll, and I still to this day feel bad about doing that.
Yeah, you should. That's sacrilegious.
I don't even know if my family still has the doll, but I remember doing that, and I feel bad still.
Okay, if she's still in the family, what you need to do, make amends. We take her to the American Girl store, and
They would probably fix it.
There's a hairdresser's there.
The salon.
Yeah.
You're so right.
Take it to
Actually,
the salon.
I'm gonna like reach out to my family.
Make
after we
amends, like
film this and
AA
ask
steps. Yeah,
if
please
we have
do.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Olivia Rodrigo played
Yes.
the lead in this movie. And we watched it.
Yes. Okay. Harsh. I feel like already we haven't even really talked about the movie at all.
No.
But already I'm garnering that I think I had a better time watching it than you.
Oh no, I had a good time. One of my things
Good.
that I thought the whole time was I was like, this gives decom.
It does give decom, and
music-
I know if I watched it as a child, obsessed. I'd probably
Same.
give it like a 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd for nostalgia
Yeah.
had I been nostalgic.
The music really makes it feel like something that's fun, you know?
Those little street singers,
Yes.
the Greek chorus.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought that was so clever.
I thought it was so clever, and I also thought they was so talented, and the songs kind of slaughtered, especially that first one.
Okay,
I
we should
tried to
probably give some
Shazam it.
context.
Let's talk about the film.
Well, yeah, we'll go into that and then we'll get back to them.
Yeah.
Do you want me to give you and the listeners a rundown of the plot?
Please do.
Okay, so the movie stars Grace, played by Olivia Rodrigo. She is a young girl who yearns for a new bike.
Yearns is so funny.
Start this out by saying this movie gave me whiplash because
Okay, that was one of my first notes. I was like, we're setting up a different film. Bloop, complete turn.
the plot changes 3 times, I think.
Yeah. No, the Master Chef at the... I'm spoiling.
I was gonna say spoiler.
So sorry.
So she starts out, she wants a bike. She's dreaming of getting a new bike. She begs her parents for a new bike and they're like, no. So she and her friends hatch this plan.
Yes.
Well, she hatches this plan.
That's the thing. She's very type A. She's very Summer from School of
Controlling.
Rock. She's very Rachel Berry.
Yes. She comes up with this plan to start a bakery and they're going to sell their own baked goods so that they can make enough money so that all of them can get new bikes, her and her
Even
two
though
friends.
Olivia's the only one who can bake. So
She's
it's very tailored.
very controlling. Her
Yeah.
friends come up with other ideas and she's like, no.
I know you're good at maths and you want to walk dogs, but we're actually only going to do what I want to do.
Yeah. And so you already get sort of a sense that Grace is not really the best
She's not a girl's girl.
friend.
Yeah.
She needs to she's a little self-centered. She maybe needs
Absolutely.
to learn about others first.
So very wise.
And so she and her friends are about to start this business, and what happens? Her mother's sister
Hits her with the
her
devastating
aunt,
news. Yes, her aunt.
is pregnant in
Oh
France.
my god, in France, and they all have to go to Paris for the
They
summer.
all have to go to Paris for the summer to be with her. Well, actually, her and her mother only have to go to Paris for the summer. To
Imagine the
help
horror.
with the
Imagine your
aunt.
mom dropping that bombshell on you. I don't think I'd ever recover.
However, her aunt had her husband and child that could have also assisted. So I don't know why they need 4 people
That's
to
actually
help
so
out.
true. Why couldn't Sylvie pull the weight?
But anyways, she
Yeah.
does in fact go to Paris. So bike dreams put on
She flew out of France.
halt.
Yep.
And she's
devastated.
is upset because she wants to get a new bike.
She needs a bike. She said, I don't need culture. I don't need to see France. I need a bag.
Yeah. And so now we're in France.
Yeah.
And
we're actually in France.
No, they filmed on location.
The fact
they
that
also filmed,
American
I think, in
comedy.
Hungary.
Really?
I don't know, like what? But I think they did, or like
What's
Belgium.
the budget of this movie?
No, they had money.
Yeah, they did.
But she's in Paris. She's with a cousin that doesn't really like her. She's with an uncle that owns a bakery, and
yeah, and I have some questions.
it's just weird. So yeah, before we get into your questions,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that like while in Paris, she like starts to work at her uncle's bakery, and like she helps it succeed more, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, she
learns how to like
tricks.
take orders and not be so controlling.
She becomes
and
more
sort of
passive.
how to become friends with people, and like her and Sylvie bond.
Sylvie's her cousin who she thinks doesn't speak a lick of English, but is actually just like really antisocial and doesn't want to talk to her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what you think's gonna happen. Like her and Sylvie end up getting along.
Yeah.
And the bakery thrives and blah blah blah.
And then she's on MasterChef.
No, and then she goes home and she continues her business. Oh, and her friends get in a fight because
Yeah.
she's being a like raging bitch. And then they make up,
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah.
And suddenly her parents drop the news that their grandparents' bakery is shutting down.
Yep.
Which again, whiplash. I said
Insane.
what?
Yeah.
And so she goes on MasterChef.
MasterChef Junior.
That she can make the money to save the
Also, the way the movie shot just changes completely, because at the end it's just shot like the reality show
the
MasterChef.
last 30 minutes of the movie are
an episode of
fully
MasterChef
an
Junior.
episode of MasterChef. Like that is what it is.
And while I did get whiplash, I was actually quite truly obsessed with every second.
I feel like more shows and movies should have MasterChef endings.
I agree. If you're not sure how to end your project, episode of MasterChef.
Put them on MasterChef. Put them on Chopped.
Put them on Chopped.
Guys' grocery games.
I was literally about to say Guy Fieri's little grocery show. That's my favorite thing to watch.
I love
in
it.
a hotel. I had such dreams of being on MasterChef Junior as a child. That was always my goal.
Because I didn't ever bake or cook or anything, so
Now, Ben, I didn't actually learn how to boil water until I was 16. But theoretically, I just loved the show MasterChef
it
so
was made
much
for you.
that
Well,
I
now
needed
you
to
can
be on it.
totally go on it.
Thank you so much. Oh, and MasterChef Junior.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm qualified. But yeah, no. So she was like literally living my dream.
Yeah. So, but like that's the plot. It's like a stereotypical movie. You know how it's gonna end. You know what's gonna happen.
You know how it's going to end, kind of, except you have no idea what's going to happen.
because they give you whiplash about 3 times. But
I will say that they did plant Chekhov's little gun at the beginning, because it starts off and she goes to her... I do need to know, what country are her grandparents from?
Russia.
I was like, Sweden. And then I was like, wait, is everyone French in this movie?
I'm thinking it's Russia.
I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that the actors are not Russian. I'm going to assume they're
I'm
American.
gonna go out on a limb and say that Grace is adopted.
Yeah, I'm also going to go out on a limb and say Grace is
White
adopted.
parents, white grandparents.
And like white. Her
And she's
grandma
not.
looks like Mrs. Claus.
If you don't know, Olivia Rodrigo is in fact Filipino.
She is indeed not a Filipino member of that family.
No,
Not a single one. Anomaly.
As Annabel might say, not her family.
Not her family.
Adopted.
Yeah. But at the very beginning, you do see her grandma talk about MasterChef Junior, and then like film this weird video of her talking about how much
Yeah.
she loves
No,
baking.
literally,
And I was like,
it's
that's
like-
Chekhov's gun. That's Chekhov's
Grandma just-
MasterChef audition.
Puts up the camera and just like in front of her face starts like filming her, and I'm like, girly, what?
What?
Honestly, overall, the electronics aspect of this whole movie actually was just so weird to me.
I agree.
Like this was like in the era where they're trying to implement. I will say movies and TV shows do not know how, still to this day, to use cell phones and video cameras. And
I fully agree. Especially like if I see a text message in a movie, I want to kill myself because it's so not how it is used in life.
The way I actually don't feel that way.
Really?
I feel like it depends on how it's
It does
utilized.
very much depend. There are some exceptions.
We both just watched Musica, and the text messages in that didn't make me want to kill myself. I said, fine.
That is because
okay.
Rudy is young.
But like in this movie specifically, with like the use of the iPad and like all that weird electronic stuff, I was just like, this just feels like it's written by, or like made by somebody who's never used an electronic before in their life.
That's what I think the problem is. I think when like, especially for like this kind of thing, the writer's room is not going to be filled with young people. It's going to be filled with people who just like want paychecks and they've been working in the industry for years and they don't know what an iPad is. So it's going to come off so poorly.
Might have been written by a woman.
That's crazy.
Which I don't know why that's shocking to me. Maybe
give me the age of the woman.
It's not as shocking if it's like 2015, but like, yeah, it's written by two women actually.
Ew.
They're an American screenwriting duo.
Oh.
They wrote, oh my God.
What?
They wrote the Disney Channel original movie Invisible Sister.
I love Invisible Sister. It's terrible.
They also wrote scripts for TV such as Selfie.
with oh
Karen
my God.
Gillan?
Yeah, I loved Selfie. I was so angry when it was cancelled.
Greek.
Shut up.
The Carrie Diaries.
Oh my God. Speaking about
Jane the
Sophia
Virgin.
Robb. What? What do you mean?
And they're currently writing for the... Oh, wait. Okay. Is this still on? No, it's not. They wrote also for the reboot of Charmed.
I did not see an episode, but it was notoriously terrible.
Yeah. But they've done a lot.
Jane the Virgin is also like probably the only one on the list that's objectively well written.
Considered good, yeah.
Yeah, like nominated for Emmys. So like that's kind of shocking.
Yeah.
Do you think she did the Carrie Diaries because she knew Anna Sophia from the American Girl world?
It said that they had written a few, or they had written for the American Girls. So maybe they wrote that one too. I don't even know.
That's crazy. Anna Sophia like hooked them up, got them the gig.
Yeah, she's like, don't worry, I got somebody for you.
I got you. You need a writer for this film, for this TV show? Don't worry, CW.
So honestly, wait, is Anna Sophia Robb in multiple? Okay, they did not write the Anna Sophia Robb
Damn it. Okay.
one, unfortunately.
Ugh.
Okay, the other, actually, now that I think about it, I think might have seen the Abigail Breslin one.
Okay, I've definitely seen the Abigail Breslin one. That was the first one I saw.
I think I've seen it too. That's got a cast. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Stanley Tucci, Joan Cusack.
Insane. Joan Cusack
Willow
is in
Smith?
everything there. Willow Smith?
Yes.
What?
Max
How
Theriot?
old was she? Max Theriot doesn't
That's-
surprise me.
2008, and she would have been 8.
Ew, what?
Jane Krakowski?
I love Jane Krakowski.
Oh my gosh.
She
huge
has to be the
cast.
villain.
She's pretty low on the list of people. I don't even remember. Gosh.
I don't remember it remotely, but I definitely remember illegally downloading it in early high school.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I've seen it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one is the electronic aspect is what we were going off. The
Yes.
women who wrote it, I just like it took me out of the movie fully.
For sure. Yeah. Though, yeah, I feel like this movie, even though it is like generic, it also just took some like weird, some weird choices were made, which they didn't have to be. It could have been a normal movie.
Yeah.
To have that
Do you mean like plot wise?
I mean, definitely like the pivots in the plot. Mm-hmm. To have that like weird singing transition Greek chorus.
Oh, okay. It is so weird, but also I loved that fully. Yeah.
Not weird derogatory. Loved it. Loved the song. So they had these like group of people just singing, and then like montages would happen, or they'd like change scenes.
And so these people, it was only in Paris, and these people that she would see on the street singing in Paris would then turn into the music for what we're seeing as like a montage. And it was so clever.
It was so clever. And it didn't need to be.
I was gonna say, I want that in more movies.
You know what that gives? Jane the Virgin. That's some Jane the Virgin stylistic choice. You need to watch more.
They wrote it, so maybe they were just inspired, or maybe, I don't know.
I see it. The way that they were doing Jane the Virgin, like, around this time.
Okay, I don't think they definitely didn't write every episode of Jane the Virgin, though.
Yeah.
I don't know when or what. It could have been like one episode too.
That blew my mind. Still.
Me too.
It's between this, me too. My mind's been blown too many times.
So getting into some of the nitty-gritties of the plot.
Yes.
Was very confused as to why this old man, her uncle, has a bakery that hires only
run exclusively by kids. No, that was my biggest question. I was like, what is this? Is this slave labor?
It makes sense with his daughter being there.
Yeah. But there's so many random underage girls just baking. Also, all through the night, they're not according with any work safety laws.
Nope.
At one point, Olivia's like yawning, falling asleep, and he's like, oh, maybe I'm working you too hard. And they're like, no, let's just sing and work through the night.
Yeah. And on top of that, why is he such an ass to those underage girls?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a dictator.
Yeah. It's just weird.
I just had this crazy memory and just made an insane connection. I think this just might be the French, because I remember vividly an episode of Madeline where the girls were captured by this random woman who locked them in a basement, didn't let them see daylight, cut their hair and sold it on the black market, and made them work in a sweatshop.
The way that I feel like I vaguely remember that.
I so remember that. I think it was like my favorite episode. Don't know why. But that's kind of crazy. That just came to me, and that's also set in Paris. So what the hell is happening in Paris? So I think this is a cry for help.
What I'm thinking about why this was written that way was I think they're trying to cater to girls your age when you were watching MasterChef, because
that's true.
They're going to watch this movie. I mean, they're going to see these really young girls working in a bakery, and they're going to be like, I can do it.
You're right.
I can do it too.
If this movie had come out earlier and I'd seen it when I was like 12, 13,
you would have been on MasterChef.
I would have been on MasterChef. And actually, so thank God that didn't happen, because the world didn't need to see me learn how to boil water.
But truly, I think that it's just for people like you and impressionable girls like you.
You think that I'm easily influenced, that I'm a sheep, that I flock to the herd?
Yes, I am.
You're right. I'll take the hit.
Yeah. And just everything with the bakery was weird. There's like a whole singing montage that they have. Where they all sing together.
That was, unnecessary.
In the bakery. I kind of hated it.
I did too, and I love a musical.
Yeah, I was like, I love when people just break out into song, and this wasn't it.
It was not giving High School Musical 2. Not that kind of kitchen singing.
They were not working it out.
They were not working it out. I wanted them to stop working.
And also, the je ne sais quoi is something you keep learning.
Oh.
What? What's that even mean?
What does that mean? The I don't know what is something you keep learning is what that means, which means nothing.
Literally what?
Yeah. They thought that they could pull the wool over my eyes by using French terms. I understand what you're saying, sir, and you're speaking out of your ass.
They just wanted children to keep saying je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais
quoi. But also Grace throughout this whole movie made me so angry.
Yes, look, I do agree that she sucks as a character, but she had that little bit of Rachel Berry energy that I kind of liked.
So she had your personality from 10 years ago.
Honestly, kind of.
This is you forcing Glee videos in your
Absolutely.
house.
No, it definitely was. I was like, I see myself in her.
They're like, let's go watch a dog. And you're like, no, we have to film this episode
we have
tonight.
to do this. No, I was like, me in a group project. I get it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but the thing about it that really actually kind of pissed me off a little bit
Yes.
was at the end when, you know, she learns to be a normal human being.
Yeah.
She goes to like her friends and like oh, actually no, she comes back from Paris and she continues to be a bitch.
Horrible. Yeah, you'd
Like-
think that she like had learned all these lessons, like learned how to take direction and not think that she's right all the time. No, she goes back to America and reverts to her old ways. The je ne sais quoi, clearly she has stopped learning.
I was like, why? What is going on? What's the point of like all these things you learned in Paris?
Yeah. What the hell?
So she returns and she's like still being rude to her friends. And then finally her friends are like piss off and they like leave her.
Yeah, which they were too nice. They were little doormats.
They were, which then she forgives them. Or sorry, what she apologizes to them. And her friends apologize to her.
Insane.
And I said, for
Why?
what?
For what, growing a backbone?
She literally stood up to her for once.
Yeah.
And then she apologized for standing up for herself. I said, that's not teaching a good lesson to kids.
Absolutely, it's not. It's saying keep being a doormat.
Yeah, like be a pushover and don't stand up for yourself.
I'm actually not gonna lie, that was kind of my take-home message from every single part of the film, like learn to be more passive. Because even though she was annoying, that is what happened to Olivia. She went to France, she held a baby, and then she said, oh, I need to stop being domineering, I just need to listen. I need to
like,
be
with
less
her
of myself.
and baking.
Yeah.
Her mom was like, you
Listen.
need to like just listen to what he says and do
The way
what
to
he
help
says.
him is not to like try and help him, it's to just like be a little drill sergeant and follow orders.
Oh my god, Annabelle,
Yeah.
you've opened
I blew, yeah.
That's actually crazy. 100% this movie is teaching children to listen to their parents.
Wait, whoa. I didn't even associate. It's literally just like listen to your parents. What kind of propaganda
American
is
Girls,
this?
I need you gone. I
What
will
the hell?
fight to make movies never be created again.
I hate that. Those two women, they've got to be mothers.
Or the creators of American Girls were like, we've
Listen
been
to
getting a
your
lot of
parents.
complaints about parents saying that their kids are being naughty. I don't know.
Oh my God.
That's 100% what it is.
That's disgusting.
I hate this movie. 1 star.
I
I think I might lower my review.
No, I think I have to. That's actually, I'm kind of like mad. I'm kind of sick. Can we start a counter company where we make movies that really inspire kids to be rebels, to go against the grain, to stand up to their parents?
Yes.
I'm down.
The only, like, the thing I'm okay with, well, one, the thing I'm not okay with is her uncle was actually, like, a dick, like, fully.
It's awful.
For her mom to be like, oh, like, listen to him and do what he says.
Why?
What the hell? But her mom was actually really sweet and always, like, kind to her.
Yeah.
But to put that message on kids, there are some parents that aren't really sweet and aren't really kind to their kids. So that's messed up.
Yeah. Also,
Annabelle.
like, I'm also so sorry, like, he's not her uncle.
He's her, like, uncle-in-law.
She just met the man. Imagine just meeting
true.
this strange man and he's awful to you and your mom's like, do everything he says while he
Literally.
works you to the bone in a sweatshop.
This is a revelation podcast because what
It
the
is.
hell?
Also, the sweatshop, those working conditions are probably indicative of the American Girl factory.
Honestly, probably. The way that I
They're American
feel like
girls making American girls 24
I'm
hours.
we need to make this rivalry company.
Yeah.
We're going to call it, like, Rebel Girl.
Oh, I love that.
And we just make movies
Yeah.
on our, like, iPhones.
Perfect. Because we're standing up against camera companies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Wow.
No, I see this movie in a whole new light because I watched it. I was like, cute, fun. I did like see that thing about them like being like suppress your personality, but I just was like, maybe it's 2015. The thing is, 2015 is not even that long ago.
No, it's not. And when you said that, the thing that just popped into my head was this is geared towards children, so obviously that's what they're going to take away from it.
And it's geared towards children who are buying dolls that their parents pay for.
Yeah, so it's like, do what
it's
your
very
parents
geared
say.
towards the parent-child relationship from a consumer perspective.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my god.
Why did Olivia stand for this?
You know what? She just did it for the dollar, you know?
I respect that. You know, it's the hustle.
Amen.
Without this, we wouldn't have got Bizarre.
That's such, and without this, we wouldn't have gotten driver's license.
Exactly. I also like that she graduated from wanting a bike to getting a driver's license.
The other thing that, like, she wanted a bike, she wanted to bake. What didn't she want?
Pick
like,
a lane.
She's greedy.
Exactly. Pick one, do it right. What do you mean you don't like jazz?
So what do you mean you don't like jazz?
What do you mean you don't like jazz?
I just like, this whole movie was just a roller coaster where I felt like I might die after every single hill.
Agreed.
Because it's just like, it felt like it was a 45-minute movie that they said, we actually need it to be a feature length. So they added the bike story.
Why was it an hour and 40 minutes?
It was long.
I was so expecting it to be a little shorty. I was like, surely it can't be that long. And you said 100 minutes.
Literally, what? I do not know why. It had to have been shorter, and they fully said, make it longer. So they said, let's just add an episode of MasterChef.
Let's do it. The MasterChef episode was unnecessary.
It was unnecessary, but
I
it was
loved it.
One of the better parts of the movie.
Absolutely. It was iconic. It was a great closer.
Speaking of the MasterChef episode, since when is balsamic vinegar an exotic food?
To a 2015 American audience, I don't know. There
and
also
why? Go ahead.
You go.
I was just gonna say, on top of that, like, all the kids get to choose what exotic food they use.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? I feel like I'd go for the balsamic vinegar.
Oh, 100% I would. Also, you love a little balsamic glaze.
Yeah, literally, I don't know why it was like left over for her.
Yeah. I don't understand either. But also this entire movie's relationship with cuisine from other countries, crazy in the first scene when she's like, I don't need to learn how to make a ta-ta-tan. I know how to make a pineapple upside down cake. Don't worry, babe. I was like, okay, you racist.
It was also just like to prove the point that she sucks.
Yeah. That she's a racist.
She's a racist, annoying little girl who needs to listen to her parents.
She's an all-American bitch, derogatory.
Oh. She's a perfect all-American bitch.
Yeah.
Can we talk about, the acting?
I was going to actually say, let's talk about the quality of the film.
Yeah, because we've talked about the writing and sort of that quality aspect, but let's go into like maybe some more.
Would you be able to give me the age of Olivia when she was filming?
I would love nothing more than to give you the age of Olivia. So this movie came out in 2015, right?
Yes.
She would in fact... Wait, really? I don't understand ages if that's true. I would have thought she was older than this, but apparently she was like 11 or 12.
No, yeah, I think that tracks for me. She looked really young.
She did, but also...
But she also has the same face that she's always had, so she's like one of those deceptive people.
I just don't know what an 11-year-old looks like.
I don't know what children... I don't get it.
She would have been 11 or 12, which is really young.
That is really young.
And it's also an American Girl doll movie, so how good do you really need to be?
There were some parts where even though like I've seen Bizarre, I've seen High School Musical, the musical, the series, I'm still just like Olivia Rodrigo singer sensation. So like I don't know why, but like my expectations for her acting are significantly lower. So there were parts where I was like, okay,
I agree. No, actually, same. Because I feel like I was sort of like, there were moments where I was like, oh, that was good.
Me too.
There were also moments where I was like, what the hell was that?
100%. I agree. That's it was an inconsistent performance, I will say. But I enjoyed it.
The emotional moments she didn't have.
No, she did not. There. She absolutely not.
But sort of like the one note kind of things, and like the more upbeat stuff she had.
I agree. There was one part at the beginning that I wrote down, and I said she smiled at her grandma, and I didn't believe it.
I don't think she loves that woman. The worst part of her performance for me was when she found out that her grandparents' bakery was shutting down.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Olivia, reader.
Notes, if you're gonna do a remastered Grace Stirs Up Success,
yeah,
maybe fix that part.
You could probably do it. You don't look that different.
No, literally, you could.
Yeah. I want to know.
But no, and like everyone else's acting in the movie was exactly what I expected it to be.
Sylvie was rough.
Oh my god, English Sylvie.
I'm sorry, that girl. I don't think she's heard of France. She's supposed to be a Parisian.
So bad, but she's also like 10.
Yeah, but I don't think baby could spell it.
Work?
That's true. Who was the dialect coach?
Like, I'm just impressed that they got a 10-year-old to be like, hey, can you put on a French accent? Like,
that's true.
Cute.
French is also like a crazy one to put on it.
I know.
11.
So because
Chloe Grace Moretz could be English, but maybe she couldn't have been French in Hugo.
Joey King could be English, but
Joey King could do anything.
She could also be French. But okay, so in my head I'm like, okay, she's so young, like that's so good that she can put on such, like, not a good accent, but like put on an accent just
she could
in general,
try. Yeah,
and like act like that. However, that then makes me think of that movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember the name. It's a word twice.
Joker.
Nope. It's pretty recent. It's definitely.
Come on.
Yeah. Yep. With that child.
Yeah.
Who is English.
Yeah.
And played an American.
Okay. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Well, children like Millie Bobby Brown's American accent in Stranger Things slaughters.
How old is she in Stranger Things?
Like 11.
The
first episode.
Okay, so she'd be like about the same age as this child, as Sylvie.
Yeah.
Because the kid from Come On, when he did that, he would have been 12,
mm-hmm.
and which is around the same age as well. And his accent's absolutely
impeccable.
Unreal.
Yeah, insane.
Like perfect. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
So they could have gotten somebody.
That is true. I guess French is harder to do than American.
True.
Especially,
I feel like it just depends on who you are. Some people just have skills, you know what I mean?
That's very true. But like, I feel like as a child, I was watching a lot of American media, like English
mm-hmm.
kids and Australian kids and whatever, watch a lot of American stuff. So you're exposed to it more. French, you're not necessarily exposed to as much. Mm-hmm. Also, emphasis on different words. Again. She's a child. She can't act though.
And
I don't care if you're putting on an accent though. She can't act.
That's true. She can't act. But who in the movie really can?
I couldn't pick a person.
But again, it's American Girl. I'm not asking for an Oscar performance.
I actually did write down some people who could play it if this were an elevated film.
Give it to me. Show me the
very
cast,
specific
baby.
characters, just two. Okay. Her mom could be Patricia Arquette.
I was thinking Hope Davis.
Oh. I'll take either.
I think they both would kill.
Yeah.
And it might get an Oscar.
I think I'm trying to petition for this to get an Oscar. I want to see a remake in 2025, 10 years later. Yep. Oscar.
I'm down.
I'm down. And get Olivia still to be in it, I think.
I think Olivia could do it, and she could do so much better.
Rise to the occasion. And she writes all of the original songs that the street singers sing. I was actually kind of shocked that she didn't get a singing moment, but I guess it wasn't a thing yet.
Didn't she kind of sing in the baking song?
Yeah, but everyone did.
And it wasn't good.
It was not good. I wanted her to have a moment.
I thought, honestly, watching it, that there might be one. But she's so young.
Yeah.
And it wasn't her thing yet.
She didn't even sing in Bizaardvark.
She kind of did.
Kids table.
There's she had a lot of raps in Bizaardvark.
That's true. I guess that is a skill. That's singing.
And there were a few songs that she sang, I think, in the skits and the videos.
I have to admit, I'm not a diehard Bizaardvark.
I'll send you some of them.
Thank you.
Yeah. But who was your second person that you cast?
I need to find. I need to find.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the owner of the hotels.
Oh, yes.
Wait, who did I cast him as? Who did I cast? I can't find it.
That's okay. Off the cuff.
Oh, Bryan Cranston.
Oh, you know what? I see it. I see it.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody in my head for that one. I didn't think about him during the movie.
As soon as I saw him, I said that should be Bryan Cranston. I don't know why. It just came out of me.
Honestly, back in 2015, he might have done it.
He would have, I think. I think Bryan's down for anything. He was in The Disaster Artist well after he was in...
The Middle.
Well after he was in Malcolm the Middle.
Breaking Bad. Yeah. Well, he was in Why Him?
That's very true.
So he'll do anything.
And literally, why him?
Yeah, why him?
Why?
But no, the acting, yeah, quality-wise, the movie was an American Girl movie.
I agree. But now it's got that like hidden nefarious message. It makes me hate it.
I actually hate it so much.
This might have been the biggest live turnaround we've ever made on the podcast.
That's why I'm saying this is the revelation podcast. Like,
this is insane.
Were learned.
Like,
this is our Me Too.
This is our Me Too.
I
World blown open.
What's her name? Can we talk about her?
Miss Me Too?
Yes, Miss Me Too.
What is her name?
What is her name? Did she
wrote
write?
Miller's Girl. She wrote Miller's Girl.
Okay, so the movie Miller's Girl, if you haven't seen it, with Jenna Ortega and Martin Freeman.
Insane cast. For no good reason.
Insane cast. Phenomenal movie.
Impeccable movie. It's actually the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's horrendous.
It's so bad.
So bad.
It's like
funny.
This girl who's trying to date her teacher and they're kind of like flirty, and then she writes this essay about them having sex and he's like, you can't do that, and then she tries to frame him. I don't know.
It came out this year.
Quite recently. I've mentioned it. I think we mentioned it briefly on the pod once.
Yeah. It's not good. It was written and directed by Jade Halle Bartlett.
That's the woman. Murray Bartlett's wife.
Gay Murray Bartlett's wife. Beard. Now, Annabelle, did she not have a Wikipedia page at one time?
She does have a Wikipedia page because it's incredibly detailed.
It's gone.
What?
There is no Wikipedia page.
What do you mean?
I can't find it.
The movie was so offensive that she was taken off Wikipedia?
It's completely gone. This is her only writing credit, by the way.
This is her only film. And so she went to NYU. And I remember reading this insane thing. I read a couple of articles. I did my research on this woman. And she was like, I wrote this movie back in the day. And then when I was in Renee Zellweger's mansion in England with Ron Livingston, we all did a read of what was a play at the time. And they said, this is impeccable. This is amazing. You need to make it into a feature film. The world needs to see this. And then Me Too happened in 2017. And the quote was, and then Me Too happened and it blew my world open. And I think that's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
This woman didn't understand that sexual harassment
existed. It was a problem and was bad. But it blew her world open. And then, quote, it made her confront her internalized misogyny.
Literally.
And that's still the film she made after that. She said, I'm going to rework it into that.
Yeah, her Wikipedia page is fully gone, but I did find some articles that mention like her and the Me Too movement.
Her, the Me Too movement, and the world and the blowing.
But
I'll never stop talking about my world being blown open.
Our world is just blown open. And this podcast blew our worlds open.
Yeah, we did a full Jade tonight.
So we pulled a Jade Bartlett.
Hands down. This is how Me Too.
I think I hate this movie. I forgive Olivia for doing it. Don't worry.
It's not Olivia's fault. She was 11 years old. She was in it for the money.
Yeah.
It was just a stepping stone to bigger and better things.
So true. And
that teach you to defy your parents.
I think to like bring it back to like a lighter note before we end this whole thing about our favorite movie we've ever seen.
Best movie of all time.
Tell me your fave songs off of Sour and Guts.
Oh my god. Okay. So I think for both of them, I have the same kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So like I have a favorite song that's like mainstream and obvious, and then I have like another favorite song.
What is what do you mean by other favorite song?
So, because I feel like Sour, my favorite song is probably Driver's License.
Okay.
But
That's
also
allowed.
Thank you. It's also hard to tell because like I don't know, like you get to hear it first, it's a single, that kind of thing. But like love Driver's License. And then my other favorite song from it that's not like the main really famous single song, Happier.
Okay. And why?
And why?
Yeah, give me a thesis.
What do you mean, why? I like the sound of the song and it makes me feel things.
That's a good reason.
Thank you. Oh, she's, melody kills. She sounds great.
So.
Makes me a marsh.
I was gonna say, my favorite off of Sour is definitely Driver's License.
Yes.
Well, so the thing about what you just said there about like it being like the most popular.
Yeah.
And being the first one to be released and all that. That's like exactly kind of how it is still my favorite because, you know, we heard it for so much. And then we got, once Sour released, I listened to it and I was like, Traitor, I think Traitor's my favorite song. And honestly, for a very long time, it was. And then took a break from the album, recency bias dissipated, and I went into re-listening Sour, and I said, okay, Driver's License is the best song on the album.
Yeah.
There's a reason it was released as the single. And it's such a good song. The lyrics, the melody, the bridge. Insane. Every emotion through that song.
So good. That's like a class act in songwriting.
It is. Yeah. So good. So Guts. But I have the same kind of thing. Vampire came out and I said, that song's crazy. That song's so good. And I agree. I love it. So I feel like this one, they're closer. With Sour, I'm more happy to say that like Driver's License is number 1 and Happy is number 2. But with Guts, it's hard because my other favorite song is Teenage Dream. And why?
Because I love it and it sounds good. No, I don't know. It's like very nostalgic, very like, again, like emotional, sad, like good to cry to. Beautiful.
Yeah. So, as I say, with Guts, I had a weird relationship. Just like Vampire came out and I said it's like the best song ever. And
I'm obsessed with. I love it.
The album released, and honestly, I think at one point in time, almost every song was like, in my head, my favorite song. Yeah. So at the time I was like, I don't know. I couldn't even tell you probably. Took a break. Yeah. Went back. Let the songs sink in. And I went back and Teenage Dream fully
so good.
Is my favorite song on that album.
Yeah.
And my thing about that one is I'm not 19 years old. No. However, that is one of the most, as somebody who like, when I was in high school, did like a lot of extracurricular stuff and like was always trying to keep busy and doing things, so relatable.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
That, like, damn, I'm doing so much, it's never gonna like be better than this. People are not
agree gonna, yeah, I was like, what if high school's the peak? Like I was a little like big fish small pond with like musicals and whatever, and I was like, what if this is it, baby? And it could be. That is so TBD. So that song is like the most relatable song on the album to me. I loved it. I did cry. That was the only song that made me cry during the show. I know you cried throughout the whole show. I only cried during Teenage Dream. I did in fact have a bit of a breakdown. I don't know what's happening. Could you tell?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Because whenever it happened, I would just like turn away.
You turn away and you would just be like very distant, just like silent. And I'm like, I know she's crying.
I'm just really going through it. There's something about like people singing live.
See, funnily enough, people singing live, it takes a lot to do it to me. And like Teenage Dream did it, and also like anytime I see Lights, that does it. But like other than that, it's really, really hard for live music to move me the way movies do.
I mean, look, I cried, baby. I don't know what. It's not all live music.
No, I get that, but I think you're probably a little more susceptible to crying to live music than I am.
Probably. It's hysterical.
Yeah.
Like Renee, the first time I saw Renee, I literally cried throughout the entire thing. I was also alone, so that's like really embarrassing.
That is embarrassing. I don't think I've ever done that.
Oh.
Even with lights.
Really?
Really. I've only cried like at specific things during a show with her.
What about like live theater?
So we just saw Mary Jane on Broadway with Rachel McAdams.
Did you cry?
And I did cry.
Okay.
Quite hard.
Yeah.
During
I forgot to ask.
During her, you know what actually like broke me, and I was like close to sobbing. I don't even know if you noticed.
Twice?
When she called line twice. No. Because I don't even know what she said in that, because I was so focused on her calling line.
I was literally out of it, gone.
The scene where the music therapist comes in and she breaks down about how she had promised her son music. I lost it. Like holding back sobs.
Yeah, me too.
And I was telling my mom about that scene, and I was literally getting teary-eyed talking about it.
Yeah.
So live theater does, in fact, make me cry.
What about live musical theater? Because like live singing, if that doesn't really get you,
it would need to be like
the story.
Scene.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Mm-hmm. That's what. So if it was, I've seen a lot more plays than I've seen musicals. Yeah. So, and the musicals I have seen have not been like.
That's what I'm thinking. I was like, like Waitress, you're probably not gonna.
They're not like Debbie Downer.
Bad Cinderella.
So, yeah, that one made me cry.
That one struck a chord.
But yeah, so I feel like it with theater, it's like the story that. Same with like movies. It's the story that makes me cry, not so much like the music. Yeah. So, and that's honestly why I cried during Teenage Dream, is because of like the story of the song and like how it relates to me. So. Yeah.
I ain't got it.
But we love Olivia.
I think that's honestly also what it was. Like, I'm very starstruck, so like seeing people in person, I'm like, oh god.
I know, she's
I just
like
lose my little mind.
A superstar.
No, I was like, she's so good. I'm seeing it live. I'm in the room. I think I was just really grateful to be there.
That's so sweet.
Thanks.
I love that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I know. I guess I was crying because I was grateful to you. So thank you so much for getting the ticket.
You're so welcome.
Thanks, baby girl.
But yeah, we just wanted to make a little episode, talk about one of our favorite little pop girls.
Absolutely.
That changed
She's
our
definitely
lives.
one of my favorite little pop girls because I don't listen to normal stuff.
Same. I don't either. She's probably like the most mainstream artist that I'm like obsessed with.
Yeah. I have like her, Renee, Ariana.
Yeah.
And Ariana, I wouldn't say I'm obsessed.
I would.
Okay. I'm a fan.
I think like the only other like.
But apart from that, I don't listen to normal people at all.
I was gonna say like for me the big mainstream ones besides Olivia now is Noah Kahan.
Yeah. Love.
Leve now.
Yeah.
But like I did listen to them way before, so I don't count them fully. Yeah. But in terms of people that I kind of
actually same with Renee, I'd like to say I definitely was first on that ship.
But in terms of like always being big and kind of like being a fan of would have been like the Lumineers. Okay. I feel like that's one of the biggest mainstream artists I listen to.
Yeah. I guess Glee.
Glee cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was also there day one, baby.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll be back with normal stuff. Maybe.
Man, we just decided we're going to do a podcast on every single animated Barbie movie.
Spoilers.
Perhaps.
Spoilers.
Or maybe we won't. Stay tuned for the next 43 episodes to find out.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I think on that, we're going
to get sick.
And we're going to see you
next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.